Join us live on the Sherry Lord Talk Show podcast. Start your day off with the Higher Vibrational Podcast with weekly guests covering spirituality, healthy foods, and so much more. Go to SherryLord.com for more info. Hi, welcome everyone. We're so happy. Thank you for joining us every Tuesday at 10 a.m. And also, you want to make sure when you join us that you say hi, kind of chat with us. We just want to make a note of some new exciting things coming on our show. We're going to be giving swags away. We're hoping in October we'll be doing that. So you'll be getting products from the guests. You'll also be getting something from the Sherry Lord Show. So we're going to do 2 drawings in October for our show. So stay tuned for that. And this is going to be a lot of fun. The other thing we want to say is just a note is prayers for Florida and all who will be in the impact of the storm. That means the other states too, and counties. So we ask that you hold prayer because it's very, very powerful. And we are so excited to have Sierra Cooper back on our show. She was such a blessing. We had her last time on our show, and we had such a good rapport, and people wanted her back. So what we are going to do with Sierra is I'm going to introduce her. And her name is Sierra Cooper, and her topic today is taking action for body restoration. Sierra is a naturally certified bodywork professional originally from Defiance, Ohio, who specializes in chronic pain and postural realignment. She is in therapy with realignment therapy with a hands-on approach, getting her clients a specific protocol plan back to action. Massage therapy was not only her passion for helping people, but just the foundation she needed to launch her business Paradise while studying Institute of Therapeutic Massage. And we want, Sierra, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're so happy to have you, and we're so excited. And you've been such a blessing on our show. We're so happy to have you back on. And people want to know more. They want to know how to take action for body restoration. They want to have tips and tools, and you always have a wealth of information. And you can go ahead and introduce a little bit more about yourself. I only did a highlight.
Okay, well, Sherry, I originally was wanting to become a doctor or a lawyer, and then
wow.
In high school, which I graduated early, and she said, I want you to write a paper on a career you know nothing about. And I did, and I love to write. In fact, I'm writing a book currently, nothing to do with what I do.
Awesome.
But I did that, and I went to the college, and I fell in love with the people. And when I went back to Ohio from California, I just instantaneously knew this is what I want to do. It's not conformed. It's not uncreative. You can start and really get into a path that not buried in, tons of paperwork behind a desk. You're hands-on, you're moving. You can team up with very specific people that you design and create. And you essentially create your own environment. And that's what I love about it. And you're also not controlled by insurance companies and pharmaceuticals. And, on top of that, we live in a society where a lot of people are really pushed to one side or the other. There is no bridge. And so there's a need and a want for both. That's where, over the years, the decades of doing what I do, I've seen the benefits of how people are taught or educated in the realm of, obviously, when you're going in for surgery, you're not going to have acupuncture, okay? But also how to relieve, how to prepare before surgery, prior to, and then how to detox and how to kind of restore your body after or recover from something that is traumatic or invasive. In the last radio show, it was preventative. Right now, we're talking about restorative. So preventative is a lot easier because a lot of my clients / patients, they come in to see me and with very little things or very huge issues. And the people that do not want certain things to become bigger issues, they go, oh, you know, I'm taking vitamins, I'm exercising, I'm hydrating, I'm coming in for therapeutic massage, I want to learn about stretching, I don't want to blow out my meniscus. You know, I want to be able to live a balanced lifestyle. Also, there are individuals that, you know, they put too much time into work. There's no life play balance. They have no harmony. They have no even keelness about their day, their life, their sleep habits off, their eating habits are bad. And they get to a point where their body develops so much inflammation that they wind up with cancer or diabetes or very serious illnesses and chronic pain and all this kind of stuff. So that's what we're talking about today. So we're talking about when people just totally forget about their body, put emphasis on everything else that is way more important in their lives. And then they end up, you know, their health is going downhill. And without your health, you have nothing. So that's what we're talking about today. And so restorative health is pretty much a wide range of questions.
Right.
There's a lot of people that go, okay, well, I went from type 2 to type 1 diabetic because I wasn't paying attention, or I went from, you know, chronic fatigue, adrenal fatigue to, oh, now I have stage 2, stage 3 cancer. And, you know, so now their cellular activity is low. So I put down some really nice things for people to be thinking about. And I know obviously people are going to have a lot of questions. So one of the benefits of therapeutic massage is you are increasing the lymphatic detox of the body naturally, including circulation. And a lot of people have no knowledge of how important your lymphatic system is. Your lymph system, if it's very slow going, it's not really moving, it's parallel to your circulatory system. It's very important that you carry and excrete all the bad stuff out of your body, as well as allowing your body to absorb the good stuff. So it's like in the last show, I was telling people, you can't change your oil in your car until you get all of the oil out.
Good example.
So that's the analogy I like to use. The other thing is reduce muscle tension, stress hormones, relaxation, increase mobility and flexibility, as well as improve skin tone and soft tissue recovery. So I also have a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of athletes, a lot of people that are older that just want to be in shape. And they'll go to the gym, not stretch, right, the gym, not warm up properly, and then they hurt themselves. And they don't correlate the link that, oh, hey, you know, I'm getting out of bed and I've got contracted muscle and I'm not lengthening the body of the muscle before I go to the gym and contract it more. So you've already got tight muscle and now you're breaking it down, ripping and tearing muscle more. And then that ends up, you know, in a bad state for the person that's working out, because then they go, well, you can't work out tomorrow because my body hurts too bad, and you know, I hurt my elbow or my knee. So that in and of itself, teaching active isolated stretching, which is totally different than static mobility. Static mobility is holding, you know, for a very long period of time, and your brain just kind of shouts, no, don't do this because my muscles are already tight. So I teach people, hey, we can have a positive feedback loop and get things opened up and get things lengthened to where when you do go in and work out, you get more benefit. So therapeutic massage, very important. It reduces anxiety. depression, obviously. I mentioned stress hormones. So it really does elevate that level of dopamine, serotonin, that feel-good stuff, norepinephrine. And then, you know, specifically talking about detox for people, you know, talking about, you know, you get to the point where, okay, you're sick, you're not feeling good, you go on for a massage, it starts to help open up the body. Well, what about detox? You know, what about intermittent fasting? What about doing a colon cleanse? What about doing herbal tinctures, things of that nature to help your body out and to help get it back to the pH level where it needs to be so that your body's not freaking out and staying in that homeostasis. And then, of course, weight loss, healthier skin, anti-aging, and a stronger immune system. I mean, anytime we talk with people on a basis of health, we talk from a basis of their autoimmune system. Obviously, throughout the pandemic, there was a lot of people that were way out of shape in multiple different ways, mentally, physically, emotionally, and it broke their body down and their autoimmune system. And I still see that where people's levels are way too high, again, out of balance. And, you know, that's why, you know, kind of correlating, getting that hands-on, and then taking time and going, what am I putting in my mouth today? What am I doing to improve my sleep? You know, improving sleep. If you're not improving your sleep function, your body can't recover. So I don't know if anyone has questions about where they are currently, but that's just a few tips so far. Yeah. And then I went into some other modalities of massage, which there was someone that had a question, I believe, at one point about a mastectomy. So if you have breast cancer, you have breast tissue removal, you know, obviously anytime you have surgery, it's going to retighten the fascia anywhere in your body. And it's almost kind of like you having a bag that you put towels in, right? And you get a rip, and then you try to pull it, and you go, that's kind of crooked. It's not working right. Well, that's what your body does. It contorts, and it affects your organ systems. It affects your range of motion. It affects your ability to have specific nerve responses. So for that lady, I would definitely say myofascial release, which is hands-on. Even some of my clients have taught how to do self-myofascial release, active isolated stretching, yet again, and doing a lot of lymphatic, besides having a therapist do lymphatic, teaching the client how to actually lymph drain, because you have a lot of different lymphatic areas in your body that they need to be opened up. So between the stretching, getting the fascia to calm down, and moving the lymph system, very important.
We just want to let Beth Perry know she'll be watching this show, that we just answered one of her questions from Michigan. Thank you, Beth. We appreciate your question.
And then I went into the cognitive and digestion. So, you know, a lot of times your stomach is your second brain. So you have, you know, a multiple array of food groups out there, which we're all very, you know, ill-educated, and it's backwards. The food pyramid is backwards. And there's a lot of processed foods out there. So people, you know, again, they're way overweight. They're carrying around an excessive amount of stress on the body. It's very hard for people to understand that literally 1 pound over your weight limit actually causes a lot of stress on the body. You know, if you actually looked at fat cells, how big 5 pounds of fat really is. So digestion is very, very important.
Oh, yeah.
Colon health is very important. You know, because we just live in a society that is fast food and processed food and things that are on shelves at grocery stores, which it's a facade. It's not food. It's not good for you. You know, that's where people in Europe, they're always going to buy food every single day, fresh, because that's really how we should eat. Unfortunately, we live in a very financially driven society to the point where, you know, we have no time for anything else. We have no time for family. We have no time for the sun. We have no time to relax, read a book, write, journal, listen to music, whatever it is, or actually cook a healthy meal with your family and sit down and talk, communicate. So all of that is a part of health. And when you get to the point of sickness and you're trying to backtrack to wellness, it's 10 times harder and it seems almost near impossible. So, and that will put you in this thing of, oh, wow, I've got my doctor giving me 10 different types of medications. And then, you know, talking about diet, where do I start? You know, people ask that question all the time. Where do I start? Well, what blood type are you? What kind of foods make you feel tired? Why aren't you getting a massage to open things up, to get things to move better? Why aren't you going to a natural health practitioner, a naturopath, a homeopath? You know, a functional medicine practitioner, which again, I mentioned that I have a person that I'm affiliated with in Venice, and she is a functional health medicine practitioner, and she's really fantastic. Pinnacle Health, Christine Ramsey, and very educated in specific hormone issues, imbalances, weight loss, vitamin deficiencies, you know, reading vitamin panels, very important. So all that should be taken into consideration when people are diagnosed with a very bad syndrome, disorder, disease, you know, disease is disease. And so your body is to the point of going, hey, you didn't want to pay attention to me before, but I'm going to make you pay attention now. And water, I mentioned this last time. I know it's really repetitive, but hydration is probably one of the key elements and one of the simple things that you can do. 15 minutes of stretching, literally 30 minutes of exercise. Choosing, like I said, healthy things that are not on a shelf at a grocery store. Paying attention to what you're putting in your mouth and how it makes you feel. So I went from that into, let's say you have chronic pain, let's say your fibromyalgia is constant, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and you have, you know, joint health issues and a bad back and a knee replacement and a hip replacement and all these things. I have a chiropractor that I refer to in Inglewood that is, you know, not very far from my office. And he specializes in a lot of different things, one being laser pain. Laser pain is extremely effective, and it's just one thing that you can do, PEMF, you know, ultrasonic wave, where it actually stimulates at the cellular level, and it really treats the inflammation around the joint, the muscle, the fascia. The fascia lays on top of the muscle from head to toe. So that is really what pulls and restricts. It makes you feel that initial nerve output, that ooh, my shoulder's stuck, I can't move. So that's just one thing that you can do besides get an adjustment. Some people aren't very comfortable with a chiropractor, you know, wham, bam, you know, here you go, let's adjust your low back. Some people are not comfortable with that. So that's when they're coming to me more often, they're stretching more often, but you know, he does traction, he does, like I said, laser pain, he talks to his clients quite a bit in talking about the still point. You know, I've got a guy in Sarasota that has a chiropractic background that does the Blair technique, which is very specific. And there's not very many practitioners that actually do that. He just moved here from California.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, his name is Dr. Hall. So if anybody is having a lot of migraine headaches,
Yep.
a lot of dizziness, tinnitus, a lot of neuropathy coming down into the hand, the elbow, a lot of degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, herniated bulging discs. He had a wrestling accident years ago, and that's kind of how he found what he does now. And he's very, very good at it. And I've sent multiple clients his way. The other thing is talking about traction. I had mentioned traction at the chiropractor's office. Decompression. Decompression. Hi, Kathy. I'm not sure if Kathy has a.
Yeah, she's wonderful. We're happy she's joining us. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah.
But traction is very important for disc health because it opens that space. You know, you've got pads of fibrocartilage, you've got spinous processes, you've got transverse processes going all the way up. And unfortunately, we do things repetitively. We sleep wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Bad mattresses. We drive extensively in really stressful traffic. And besides having injuries or besides just on a daily basis not paying attention that, oh, wow, I'm crossing my legs all the time and I'm listing to one side trying to do computer work and I'm looking down all the time. Yeah. Traction helps improve disc health. It helps improve that feeling of, oh, wow, I think I can stretch. So that's actually another good tip, especially if you have spasming or you have a lot of pain. I wanted to talk for a minute. I do have a client that has MS, multiple sclerosis, which can be very degenerative and very hard to deal with. Everybody is a little bit different. So when people come to me and they say, oh, I have Parkinson's, or oh, I have MS, or, you know, that I've got a whole slew of clients that have different things wrong with them. And I could get into that extensively, but this one client has a family member who's having a baby out west here, and she basically said, I want to give you some of the stem cells from that towards treating.
Okay.
Because you can't say cure, but treating her MS. And stem cell is pretty amazing. You know, and talking about the from a baby, you know, embryonic, and talking about how that can actually regenerate the base of the brainstem and all of that. That's directly affected with multiple sclerosis and their balance and their cognition and their muscle coordination. And, you know, it has a lot to do with their sleep and their overall feeling of motivation. If you don't have that motivation, you're sick. It's kind of hard to find it. So that is definitely one thing that people can also think about when they're chronically ill, is or not feeling well, or the body is breaking down, is stem cell. And Stem cell, promotes and repairs using cells instead of organs. So organs are hard,
Okay.
right, to get on a list to get like a transplant of some sort. So stem cells can definitely be an option, especially for joints. So any questions out there? I don't know. I haven't seen anybody else this morning.
They're watching. Some people will chat. Some will text me later. Some people will let us know that they're here. Yeah.
But people often ask about PRP as well, and PRP uses your own platelets, your own blood cells. So, that's the difference. So you go from not using necessarily your cells to using your cells, and PRP can also be very effective. It's not always as effective, but it can be very effective. I also wrote down supplementation. So people get to the point where they're on multiple medications for this or that. Supplements, are something that is discussed vastly across the board, because you have all these companies out there that promote, their vitamin lines or minerals, or, and then people come in and they go, this person or that person, who do I listen to? I mean, I can say the other person that I refer to quite often is Dr. Morse. Dr. Morse is actually very well known, and he really, you can't really say anyone is a healer, but he is definitely on a list of very highly respected people. And he's developed his own tinctures. He talks about, the parathyroid affecting calcium levels, and how people, just all of a sudden they're waking up every day with sinus issues. Well, he is definitely a person that I would highly respect and tell people, hey, you need to educate yourself with someone like him, because that is detox, because he does talk about why his line of supplementation is so much better and more direct to the body. Why a lot of people that take pills can't absorb that, and you can't really come out and say, oh, hey, Centrum Silver is the worst thing ever, but I can actually say, Centrum Silver is not good. People go to Walmart or Walgreens and Nature Made or whatnot, it just doesn't have high enough levels. It's not absorbable enough. And I have a friend that is actually a nurse, and she has created her own business in IV therapy, which is a pretty amazing way of getting your body more energized, getting your weight loss kick on. The hydration factor. So she has started that. And so that's a form of supplementation, as well as also too, anti-aging. I mean, who wants to age inappropriately when you're, 35 years old and looking 55, because you're not taking care of yourself and you're not feeling well. So it does make an incredible improvement. I did also want to talk about the fact that we have a lot of free radicals. So talking about people that are not healthy, they get to the point where they're feeling sluggish, they're feeling yuck. A lot of free radicals in the body. So again, it goes back. How are you going to directly hit on that inflammation and start to overlap a couple different things, you know, changing your diet, you know, getting on a better sleep pattern, not forcing yourself to get up and get going automatically just like that without giving your body a little bit of time to prepare itself for the day.
Yeah. A lot of people have a hard time sleeping sometimes. They get their day is so stressed out. How can they unwind a little bit to help them with sleep?
Well, a lot of people love to watch TV, and
Yes.
that's probably one of the worst things you can do because you know, I mean, you're stimulating your brain. You've got all of that coming at you just like a computer. I mean, your brain is hard to shut down from the day of stimulation. Then here you go, stimulating the brain again. You know, why not meditate? Why not actually lay down for 20, 30 minutes?
That's a good
Why not go out in the backyard and actually enjoy Mother Nature? You know, why not put on some good music and dance around in the kitchen and be silly a little bit? People are way too serious when it comes to life. They're almost to the point where they're just existing.
Yeah.
And you know, there's so much emphasis on materialistic things in life that no one's really prioritizing the right things. You know, you only have one trip around the sun. You only have, you know, for instance, my daughter's 15 now. I've only got, you know, 3.5 years left before she's off to medical school. She wants to be a doctor. And once she's off and doing her own thing, it's going to be a little bit of a different story from, you know, what I've centered my life around. So I'm trying to enjoy every moment I have, being able to really enjoy my daughter. And so that's the kind of stuff that people realize when they get really, really chronically ill or in a lot of pain, because I've seen it. I've had cancer patients, cancer clients that are stage 4 and they're on their way out. You will never hear any of them say anything about the amount of money in their bank account or the size of their house or what they drive. In fact, I've met people that have a lot of regrets because all they did was become this big time CEO of this company, but they never shared anything. They never shared their life, their passions, their motivations, their drive, what they're about at the core with anyone else. And they never enjoyed life. So, you know, it's my grandmother used to say, if you're not happy, if you're not living life, if you're not laughing, if you're not being, you know, on a daily basis more communicative with people, you know, we have cell phones.
Cell phone world now.
We have cell phones. And people are so indirect with people. They don't talk to people anymore. Some of my clients that come in to see me, they literally come in to see me to talk. And truthfully, to be honest with you, is sometimes that's what they need, is they need someone to talk to because they don't feel heard. They don't feel seen by their doctor. You go in a doctor's office and what happens most of the time? You go to the front desk, your insurance only covers so much, so you're still paying a copay every time you go to a doctor. He spends about 2.5 minutes with you, maybe reads your chart, maybe he doesn't. And maybe doesn't even really know who you are, doesn't remember from the last visit. But when people come in to see me, they know that I really take the time and I really do care about why they're actually coming to see me, because it's a privilege. That's why I got into what I do, is because I feel like it is therapy to me to help other people. And then I also wanted to talk about the fact that we have a lot of different types of stretching. And so a lot of people ask me, you know, besides massage, you know, oh, you've got Thai massage, myofascial release, myoskeletal, lymphatic. And then you've got this active isolated stretching and this Thai stretching and this PNF stuff. You know, what do I need? Because they're totally clueless, you know, because there's all kinds of forms of body work in massage and in stretching. And, you know, it's like I tell people, you've got to combine modalities when you work on people. No one is the same, even with sciatic pain. You know, the sciatic isn't always coming from the same area from their body, like the last client I saw before. So I may do PNF, which is proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation therapy, whatever the heck that is, right? And that means resistance. You use a very light amount of resistance to lengthen muscle and to get that nerve response turned on twice as fast so that I can get them moving. I can get them opened up a lot quicker. Then I might go into some Thai where it's really relaxing and you get that range of motion going and their body goes, ooh, I like this. Mm-hmm. And then go into some active work, active isolated stretching, which is you're getting them to think about the muscle they're actually trying to retrain, you know, retraining muscle memory. So, you know, their hamstrings.
Yeah.
They can't walk properly because one hip is a little bit higher and rotated and their hamstrings are too tight, and that affects the tilt of their hips. So I'll go in and actually show them what they need to be doing and teach them the specifics of not holding that long, not going fast, breathing. Again, this can all be relaxing at the end of your day. You know, instead of laying there and eating Cheetos on the couch, you know, maybe, you know, buy a very inexpensive travel table, massage table, and spend about 15, 20 minutes stretching because your body has been through a lot by the end of the day, you know. A lot of times people are doing so many different things throughout the day, they don't even realize that their body is screaming at them. And that's when you find people, again, not doing well, not being able to move. I mean, I have people come into me and they look like they're hunched over and they can't stand up straight. They can't move their arm the way it should. They're overusing their neck muscles. That all affects, you know, the tighter you are, it affects your organ systems. It affects the way your body actually promotes digestion. The tighter you are, the more stressed you are, the more problems you have. So I did put down too, is that, you know, speaking about not just stretching and
right.
massage, but, you know, if people actually want to repair, you know, their collagen, their soft tissue, their actual essence of how they are able to regain strength and regain energy, you know, why don't they combine a couple different things? Why don't they start off with, let's start off with a little bit of IV therapy. Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of issues, again, with inflammation and with soft tissue injuries, chronic pain, hyperbaric oxygen. Hyperbaric oxygen, fantastic at the cellular level, great for your brain. It's, you know, and you see a lot of people that have had a lot of dental work, and then all of a sudden their autoimmune system's low. They've got tons of fluoride, tons of metal in their body. All of a sudden they end up with Alzheimer's. Go figure. Amniotic plaque. And, you know, so it's all counterintuitive when you're getting up in the morning and you're rushing because you think that's what your body needs. And it isn't what your body needs. Your body needs you to pay attention to it and to work your lifestyle in a way where your body is actually working for you, not against you.
That was great advice. Thank you. A lot of wealth of information here. Sierra, we're so excited and so blessed to have you on our show. And I know there's a lot of people that watch. Some will chat, some will just watch. And I have a lot of friends and a lot of people are going to rewatch this. They've already told me that they'll come back when able to make it, that they're going to watch it when they get back. So this is a wealth of information for people who's looking for change. And I think this is really good practical information, but also realistic and where you need to make the changes. You have a wealth of information. Thank you so much, Sierra. And can you tell people how they can get a hold of you? How can people get a hold of you?
So they can get a hold of me through my website as well as call me directly, which is sierrasbodyworkswithanx.com. We definitely have all the information on the page that they would have questions about. My number is 941-214-0954. They can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Google. So if they want to get a hold of me, usually direct it is usually the best way. But we also have Form Smarts on my website. So if they want to inquire about an appointment or some kind of issue they're experiencing and want to come see me, they can also email me as well.
Thank you. I just want to remind everybody that this is a healthy lifestyle, spirituality, and authors podcast. We're so thankful for everyone watching us. And just want to say thank you to Sierra for her time and her wealth of knowledge and experience in her life and all the recommended people that she had mentioned. And we just so appreciate that. We want everyone to go to www.sherrylord.com. You can also get more information about all our authors, including Sierra, and the upcoming authors or speakers or holistic people coming on our show. You can view them on the website. And the other thing we want to let you know is that please hold prayer for Florida and all the people being impacted in the other states. We just bless you and thank you so much. And if you want to be a guest on the show, the requirements, just go to www.sherrylord.com again, and you'll have all the information there. Thank you so much, Sierra. We're so happy to have you.
Well, thank you for always having me on. And just and to recap for people is that, you should think about, again, your food, your supplementation.
Yeah. This is really good.
An experienced body worker, massage therapist, stretching, working out, actually hiring a personal trainer that can actually teach you what to do so you don't hurt yourself. Because a lot of people have bad form in the gym and they think they know it all. And then before you know it, they come see me and they go, I can't move. I'm in pain. Really research when it comes to finding doctors. Really research. And if you're going in for surgery, make sure they're published. That's usually a very good way to find a very good surgeon, is if they're published. And really read reviews. Chiropractic, take your time, be open to things such as traction, laser pain. Acupuncture, make sure you research the benefits of acupuncture. Acupuncture is extremely good. IV therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and again, detox, like with Dr. Morse, and nutritional deficiencies, and also iridology, the study of the eyes. Your eyes actually tell you a lot about your body, about the rest of your body. So I have people that go to homeopathists and naturopathists and functional medicine. You can intertwine what you're doing Western medicine-wise with Eastern medicine. So don't be afraid of that. Actually educate yourself, talk, communicate, learn that you are your own health advocate.
Yep.
That a doctor is not God. Nobody can tell you what to do. It has to be up to you to research, to educate, and to really get a foundation. Keep it simple. You know, take 1 hour for yourself a day. And remember, stress is everything. So if you're imbalanced in your life, sit down and write out pros and cons. As simple as that. Pros of how your lifestyle is, cons of how your lifestyle is. How do you fix that? How do you change that? Because at the end of the day, the only person that can change you is you. So just because you hire a trainer, you hire a dietitian, a nutritionist, a massage therapist, a person that does sports medicine therapy, it isn't going to make you healthier if you're not going to apply it to your lifestyle. So you have to actually own your wellness, or you're going to own your illness. So, you know, it's one or the other. And it's like I tell people, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You can tell people all this stuff, and they can have a foam roller in the corner and the rope hanging for stretching, the ball on the floor, the weights, you know, the whole nine. And they'll go, well, I bought it. And I go, well, do you use it? No, but I bought it. Okay, well, that's a good start, you know. Or they'll say, well, I bought aquatic weights for the pool. Well, do you use it? Mm-hmm. No. And the pool is one of the most underutilized pieces of equipment we have here in Florida. I mean, hydrotherapy, you know, going, you know, getting a salt bath, going to a sauna, you know, that's another way of detox is a sauna. I mean, I've actually had people that quit smoking because they went to a sauna, and it drew out all these toxins. And after a week, they went, I have no more cravings. So, you know, just FYI, pay attention to those little things and make a list, write things down. Like I said, meditate, listen to music, try to find other hobbies, try to be social. And if you want time alone, then, you know, try to actually get to know yourself and like yourself and spend time with yourself and get to know who you are. You know, don't have other people tell you who you should be or who you are. Actually, don't distract yourself anymore away from yourself. And find out what, you know, you need to do. And, you know, if you pay attention to yourself, you will find the answers. So.
Thank you again, Sierra, for the recap. We really appreciate that. Again, go to www.sherrylord.com, and the information is there for Sierra. Or if you watch this, you'll have her phone number to contact her too. We just want, again, prayers for Florida and all the people that will be impacted today and tomorrow. So just want to say, just prayers are powerful, and thank you. And thank you again, Sierra. And we just bless all and thank everyone who's watching us. Thank you.
Have a great day.